Hey there, my name's Emmanuel, and today I'm going to be going over the inspections you may need when purchasing a property. Hey, my name's Emmanuel, and this is If I Can, You Can, where if I can do it, you can do it too, where we go over real estate investing and home renovations. Now, if you like this content, please like, subscribe, put on notification icon below, and if there's anything else you want to hear or have any comments, please leave it down below. But let's get into it. Whether you're purchasing a property for yourself or for an investment property, you're going to want to perform an inspection. You can elect not to, but I highly recommend you doing it to protect your investment or protecting where you live in. Well, let's go over the different types of inspections, starting off with general inspections. A general inspection is a comprehensive evaluation of the home. It's going to look at it structurally, the plumbing, the electricity, the roof, everything in a general condition, and it's going to give it back to you looking at kind of a general overview of everything to do with that house. These will typically cost between $300 and $500 depending on the service you use. Next is going to be pest inspection. They're going to look for pests that can destroy your property, such as termites or wood-devouring insects throughout your property. They'll see if there's any signs of them being there or any damage caused by them. This will cost typically between $75 and $150 for this inspection. Now, if you're in an area that is prone to those insects, it's well worth doing it because that can cause a lot of damage when you have to get back there and replace boards and tear off the drywall or the siding. Then there's radon inspections. Radon is a radioactive gas that's naturally given off by the earth. This can build up in your home and cause major health issues to anyone who's residing in that property. If your area is susceptible to radon, then it's worth doing an inspection on this. It can cost between $100 to $200. Just keep in mind where you are in the country and where you may have radon leaking into the house. Also, there is mold inspection. Mold accumulates when a lot of moisture comes into the property and is sealed in there. Mold will tend to grow. This can cause a lot of damage to your property, and if you suspect there may be mold in the house, this is definitely an inspection you want to have done because mold remediation costs a ton of money. You just don't want to be stuck with it. The inspection for mold costs a bit more. It's probably between $300 and $500 depending on where you are. But if you think there is a possibility there's mold in your property, it is well worth doing the inspection. There's also a sewer line inspection. Now, depending on when your house was built, will also depend on the kind of sewer pipe is used. I've seen PVC, cast iron, clay, all these have different properties and break down at different points in time. If you suspect that there is an ingress of, let's say, a tree root into it or collapse into the pipe, what can happen is when you go to flush the pipe or drain anything, you can have a backup which can cause a lot of damage inside the house. If you think that the house is old enough that it has cast iron or clay piping or some other not very good form of piping in there, you may want to get a sewer scope done. These typically cost between $150 and $300. There's also a roof inspection. Yes, this is probably going to get caught during the general inspection, but this is a more detailed inspection in case you have a complex roof or you have thoughts of maybe needing to replace pieces of the roof. It's going to look at the gutters, the shingles, the flashing. All these things are going to get looked at in detail when you're having a roof inspection. And those can typically cost $100 to $200. Then there is a foundation inspection. Foundation inspection is going to look at the foundation of your home, and in case you have a crack or you have some sort of settling in the house, anything that can cause structural damage to the house, is going to look at that. And those will typically cost between $200 and $500. Also, there's an HVAC inspection. You can typically get an HVAC specialist. If you don't know, HVAC stands for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system. This is just your air conditioning system. Someone's going to go in there, check everything out, make sure it works, check the docking, and it's going to be much more detailed than someone doing a general inspection. This will typically cost between $100 and $200. And then finally, there is a chimney inspection. If you have a fireplace, you typically have a chimney. Now, a general inspector is going to look in there and look at kind of generally what is going on. But if you want to look into it, see the cleanliness, see the last time of service, have a more detailed inspection, then a chimney inspection may be what you need. And don't shrug this off, because I've had a friend that went through, had the chimney inspected, and then afterward, they didn't really get a really good picture of it. It turns out that the chimney was pulling away from the house. That repair alone cost them almost $8,000, and that was still the lowest bid for that job. It can cost a substantial amount of money to fix a chimney, and those will typically cost between $100 and $300. And that's all I have today for the inspections that you can have performed on your personal property or your investment property. If there's anything else I left out, please leave it in the comments below. But for right now, that's all I have, and I'll see you in the next one.